This is Blast from the Past, where we will regularly upload a vintage video so you can enjoy these classic oldies but goodies.
What is your name, please?
My name is Celeste Evans.
What is your name, please?
My name is Celeste Evans.
What is your name, please?
My name is Celeste Evans.
Okay, panel, once again, will you follow along? Here we have another affidavit. You have your copies. I, Celeste Evans, am a professional escape artist and magician. The straitjacket escape is only part of my repertoire, since I also escape from chains, ropes, and handcuffs. As a magician, I am known as the Mistress of Magic, and I work with a flock of trained doves. Except for a short period when I operated a fishing boat, I have been in show business since I was 14. I have performed in 9 foreign countries and am now appearing on the bill at the famous Palace Theater here in New York. Signed, Celeste Evans. Now, we'll start our cross-examination again in just a moment. So remember that all of these 3 young ladies claims to be Celeste Evans, famous escape artist. Let's start this round with, well, our welcomer backer, Polly.
Number 1, from the look of your outfit, are you sure you wanted to be on this show?
Quite sure.
Oh. Number 3, could you tell me what union must you belong to in order to play vaudeville?
Well, I belong to AGVA.
I see. Number 2, could you tell me, have you ever not been able to get out of something that you got yourself into thereof?
Many times.
Many times? No, I mean on stage with the straitjacket. She had sort of a way about saying many times.
Yes, she did.
Number 1, could you tell me who was the famous escape artist?
Harry Houdini?
Jackie?
Number 1, there's a famous magician named Randy. Can you tell me what his big act is?
Well, the most important thing he does is bury himself. He buries himself underneath water and maintains himself there for several hours, 24.
I wonder what opera that's from.
I don't know.
Number 2, could you tell me where the situation of the next to the closing act's dressing room is at the Palace?
Star dressing room.
That's the star dressing room. Who was at the Palace? Number 3. Who just closed at the Palace before you?
Liberace.
Uh-huh.
Some closing. Kitty?
Number 2, did you ever learn anything from Mr. Houdini?
No, he died before my time.
But you never read any of his works or anything to
Oh, I
learn
read
from?
many of his works.
Number 3, how does one get out of a straitjacket?
Well, I can always escape that by saying that is a professional secret. But there are numerous ways, and I think each magician has his own way. I have my own particular way, and if you happen to see the show, perhaps you'll see how I do it.
Of course, one way is to have help.
Number 1, how do you train doves?
That's a very difficult thing to do and takes a great deal of time.
And patience.
Yes.
Number 2, have you ever used your special talents in life in an ordinary way to get out of a tight spot, or?
Oh, yes.
No, I mean...
We better drop that right there, I think. Before one of the doves misses its coup. All right,
Number 3, do you know what it was that caused Houdini's death?
Yes, he was hit in the stomach by a student at the McGill University up in Canada.
Number 1, what band leader is also a famous magician?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Do you know the answer to that, number 2?
In New York?
In New York.
I haven't lived in New York too long. I think it is Richard Himbers.
That's all we have time for now. It's time once again to vote, panel, so please mark your ballots for number 1. Oh. Number 2. Or number 3. Okay, ballots all marked? Fast this time. Are we ready? Polly? Okay. All right, Polly, for whom did you vote for this round? What is it?
It's a 3 with a broken pencil.
Why, Polly?
Well, I must confess that the way she said her name at the beginning, despite whatever she said during the course of the questioning, threw me. She said it like she was announcing herself on stage.
All right. Jackie, how about you?
Number 3.
You voted for number 3 also.
Yes.
Why?
Because vaudeville in the way she said Evans when she was on. I had to believe that. I go with Polly on that.
Kitty?
Number 3. I believe the story she told about how Mr. Houdini died.
And High Gardner?
The story is the correct one. Furthermore, she looks at home in a straitjacket.
All right, we've asked them to step out in front of the desk for a very definite reason. Instead of asking the real one to stand up, we're going to ask them all to try to escape from the straitjacket, and the one who is the real Celeste Evans will do so. All right, ladies? Go! Number 2 was the one, as you saw. Number 1, suppose you tell us who you really are.
My name is Pamela Perry, and I do independent record promotion for recording artists. Right now, Sammy Davis Jr.
And number 3, how about you?
My name is Beverly Anderson, and I'm a dancer in burlesque. A lot of tight spots, but never a straitjacket.
Of course, it explains a lot, the fact that she's a dancer in burlesque, and it explains why she looks at home in a straitjacket.
Yeah, I think she can wiggle out of anything.
Didn't quite make it. Somebody over there had a question. Was it Jackie?
I did. To number 2, the next to closing act there at the Palace, and all the shows I've seen there, has been the Star Act. Actually, not the Star Act. Oh. So that the Star, they wouldn't occupy the Star's dressing room.
What he does this week is Marty May.
Oh, well, it serves me right for not going to the Palace. I'm sorry.
That'll learn you. Go over and pick the show up. Well, ladies, you did rather well. You fooled our panel completely, which happened incidentally to them twice last week. And these first 2 rounds...
It's not unusual on this show.
The first 2 rounds, they were getting a little cocky here tonight, I think, because they did rather well. But you can see what happened. It was a clean sweep, and there it is. Every one of the votes was incorrect, so you will divide among the 3 of you $1,000. Good night to you, and the best of good luck.
We hope you've enjoyed this blast from the past. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Come on, you can do it. And if you've enjoyed this series, be sure to share with your friends. And if you haven't enjoyed the series, be sure to share with your friends. Why should you be the only one to suffer? Ciao for now, and stay safe.